Hello, everybody. Welcome back to NDIS. I'm your host, David Trinko, alongside my co-host, as always, Lincoln Retzloff. And we are back for the second week in a row following UND's exhibition matchup against the University of Manitoba that they ended up winning 7-0. So just welcome back to everybody. If you are a returning listener, thank you for a little flipping the hat. Um, if you're a returning listener, thank you for listening, obviously. And then if you're a new listener, welcome in. We're kind of going to go over how the Manitoba game went. Obviously, UND won 7-0 on Saturday. And at the time of recording this, it is Thursday night, October 9th, and UND plays tomorrow. When you're hearing this, it'll be today, tonight, on Friday, the 10th. Okay. So let's go back to Saturday. Check out I guess the box score is not where I thought it was. Anyway, we'll just kind of go right into it. Or maybe I'll let you take your the first jab at it. What did you think of how UND performed on Saturday?
Yeah, so I mean, just initial thoughts. It kind of went how I think everyone kind of figured it was going to go. Manitoba fielded a
Hmm.
Manitoba-like team. UND handled them pretty well. Goaltending, I thought was great. I thought all three goalies, Homer specifically, looked good.
Hmm.
I really liked how Jax managed the players in the game instead of having them all dressed at once.
Right.
He would, undress guys for a line for a period at a time. I actually think that's genius
Right.
because it simulates a game more than like that's really smart. So that was really cool. So we got to see everyone play hard
Hmm.
for 2 periods.
Hmm.
Obviously EJ didn't play. He's day to day. So will he play against St. Thomas? He's skating. If I had to guess, I would be just from what Dean Jackson said at this press conference, I'd say I'd be pretty surprised if he plays in
What did
St.
he
Thomas
say at
game.
the presser? I didn't
He
get a
just said he
chance
was
to listen to it.
he just said he was day to day.
Okay. So it's
So I mean,
possible, but
it's possible, but I'm leaning towards he probably won't, and they'll save him for Minnesota. But again, I don't know. I know obviously he's skating at practice, and it's nothing
right.
serious from the looks of it. But anyway, we can get more into that later. But yeah, it was just a good game. Guys who looked good. Max Swanson looked really good. Kernan looked really good.
Yeah. Yep.
Pretty much, I thought power play looked good. It's yeah. I mean, it was a good exhibition. I
It
mean, there
was
were
good.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, they were lighting the lamp well, and I was I mean, he had what goal number three and four, but Jack, or maybe even later in the scoring than that. But Jack Kernan was able to put away the puck a couple times. That kind of really impressed me. He was able to on one of them. I can't remember who brought the puck around the net, but he was able to dig the pass out from the middle of his feet and tuck it right in. And a quick developing play like that, if you can get a guy who can get the puck and get it off of his stick where you want it to go that fast, you're going to be successful.
Hmm.
That's a pretty good release. He's got a good release. So,
He's a great
uh,
release. Yeah.
one of the lines that I think people should start watching is one that they put together. It was the second line from Saturday, which was Max Swanson, Cole Reshny, and Jack Kernan. Max Swanson, I've been hearing a lot of people are thinking Max Swanson and Cole Reshny are going to play quite a bit together this year. And the biggest question mark of that line was Jack Kernan and if he'll be able to put the puck away. And I think based on what we saw on Saturday, yes, for right now. It was good
Yeah.
taste. It's a good start. Like you'd take it and I could definitely see him that line potentially being something special. But they haven't played we haven't played UN hasn't played a real team yet. What'd you think about that line?
Yeah, that's definitely going to be, I think, one of the better lines we have. I would say the big I goals are going to come with that line because he's got a hell of a shot. He's a playmaker, but he can score, not to maybe the level as Boisvert could last year. He's going to be good. Swanson, I think, is going to score more goals this year because, Reshny's he's a distributor first, pass first player, and a
Hmm.
lot of those pucks are going to end up on Swanson's stick, and he's going to pass it. Swanson in the past might have deferred right away to the pass. I think we're going to look to see him shoot. And then the other big thing with that line is, we'll know more once they play tomorrow. I think just seeing how they play defensively is a pretty big deal. Swanson plays very hard on defense. For a smaller guy, it can be tough, but he's definitely going to take a step. Now, Kernan and Reshny are just going to have to adapt to college hockey and the NCHC and
Hmm.
realize that, hey, you have to play it to be successful in the offensive zone. You have to be successful in the defensive zone first. And that sounds cliche, but like that's literally the truth of college hockey. The best teams in college hockey right now are the teams playing the best defense, no doubt about that. So it ain't
Hmm.
the it ain't the WHL anymore where you're going up against bad talent. It ain't junior hockey. USHL is good, but it's a different league. They'll adapt. There's going to be some growing pains, especially when
Hmm.
we play good teams. So the big thing for me is they just can't be bad in the defensive zone. So otherwise, yeah, great line. I think there's a lot of potential with them.
Yeah. It's something to definitely watch out for and watch them try and develop as a line going forward the next couple weeks. Obviously, we'll know a lot more about this whole team in general after this weekend. Even
Mm-hmm.
this is a pretty big weekend.
This is a huge weekend. Yeah.
When as of recording this, I mean we play Minnesota next weekend, and the Gophers just dropped their first game of the weekend to Boston College tonight at the time of recording this. And we haven't, I mean, we still haven't played somebody yet, which is the first matchup, St. Thomas. But it's going to be a big eye opener this weekend for, you know, a couple reasons. We haven't played. They're the first team that we're going to play for real. Like you can't just play Manitoba and be like, okay, yeah, this team's good because we rocked them 7-0. It's Manitoba. St. Thomas is looking like a pretty decent squad. I mean, they beat St. Cloud State, and we play them here, we play them there. It'll be a nice little test before we actually jump into the Minnesota series, one that everyone's going to take seriously. I mean, we're going to pack the house, and it'll give you a good set of expectations to expect for against Minnesota. Minnesota's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit harder competition, but we don't really know still what to expect because they haven't played a real team yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if that kind of made sense. I kind of went on a little rant there. But nevertheless, still an important weekend. You'll try to get a couple wins out of the gate. Couple interesting factors going into this weekend. Obviously, you got Mason Pullman, Grand Forks native, East Grand Forks High School alum, brother to Tucker and Colton Pullman, and son of Mark Pullman, the trainer on the UND hockey team. He'll be coming to Grand Forks to play his first college, no, not his first college hockey game, but he's a junior, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So first time playing against UND. This is the first time UND and St. Thomas are playing against each other
Correct.
ever in their history. Um, but it'll be interesting to have him be here. And then obviously Brad Berry got fired, and his son Bauer Berry plays on St. Thomas as well. He's a freshman there. Played with Muskegon Lumberjacks last year. So a couple ties. And then also you got Carl Gehring, that's one of the assistant coaches from last year, and quite a while before that is now an assistant coach for St. Thomas. There's a
Mm-hmm.
couple other implications. I think Lee Gorin is part of the hockey staff, in some way or another
Yep.
for St. Thomas, and then there might be another connection somewhere too. I can't remember what it was, but a couple implications. St. Thomas still yet to open their rink. It's going to open in a couple weeks, or I'm pretty sure the Lee and Penny Anderson Arena. That's going to be a big tool for them in the future as they build their hockey program. So back to the Manitoba game. So that line's obviously stood out. I think the whole team in general just played pretty well. There wasn't a whole lot of times where I was watching the game and I was really worried about anything happening. You know, they didn't get.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Manitoba got a whole lot of shots. I don't remember what the shot totals were. I can look here, but
I want to say it's like 13. Wasn't that
yeah.
many.
So I just remember Gibson Homer had 9 saves by the time he was out of the net.
Hmm.
So they didn't see much action. The other two goalies didn't see much action after that. But Gibson Homer, speaking of the Devil, he looked pretty good. He made a couple good saves that he just looked locked in and confident, and he was using his stick to redirect pucks that were coming. Um, he had some good pad saves. He challenged the puck well. I was really impressed with how he looked, or I was excited. I shouldn't say super impressed just yet, but um, very hopeful. He looked pretty good and obviously didn't let anything in. So that's always a good start. What did you
Yeah,
think?
I think the word comfortable comes to mind
Hmm.
when just watching him. I know you look at goalies in the past who played like a Drew DeRidder, a Ludwig Person, like great goaltenders at times, but just shaky. Like again, Manitoba's Manitoba, but just shaky from the start. And you
Hmm.
need a goaltender. It helps. It's a guy coming from the NCHC coming in who's big frame, big body. I once again, this is a talking point that's going to happen the entire year. But we have a much better decor than last year. Everyone's a year older, refined. He's Homer looks like he has confidence, and you know what? He should have confidence because he's got
Hmm.
the best decor in the country playing in front of him with some pretty good forwards. And I think at the end of the day, he's just got to stay calm. He can't. There was too many times I think even last year where I think I TJ very I he was a calm mannered person, but he there'd be times where he'd go flying out of the net and just be his positioning would be really just mechanically not great at times.
Hmm.
Um, which is something I don't know that I noticed a lot last year. So I'm curious to see with the St. Thomas series. Yeah, how is he moving
Hmm.
smooth? Is he slow? Is he like yeah, just like being comfortable? And he looked comfortable against Manitoba. And I thought all our goaltenders looked pretty good too. So
Yeah, for sure. Um, Leading off of that, who didn't stand out that maybe you expected to, or that you just in general would like to see more from? Well, you start.
um I mean
I
no
was
one
expecting to
really
see more from Will Zellers. He looked good, but I was kind of expecting something to be on the score sheet. Obviously, it's not the end of the
yeah,
world, but
he had 6 shots, which is
yeah,
pretty good.
it is pretty
He
good.
missed a wide open one, which isn't going to happen often.
Hmm.
Once again, yeah, it's hard to expect. I feel like a lot from freshmen right away. I mean, we
Yeah.
should expect a lot from them because if you want to win, your freshmen need to be good, no doubt about that. But I don't know. I honestly, I was watching the game from a much different perspective position that you were, Dave. So it was a little harder for me to track everything. I thought I wasn't really looking too much into everything. I tomorrow you and I will both have a better, I think, idea on okay, this person's flawed here. I think it's just hard because
Hmm.
Manitoba's it's Manitoba. Like you're not gonna get a reading on your team until
Right.
you play a ranked opponent, which UND will the next 2 weeks here. But I don't know. I just for me, I wasn't really. Everyone was fine to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, and this is a big weekend just because it's you don't really know. It's going to answer a lot of questions or
Hmm.
start to answer a lot of questions. You're going to get a lot of clues to how the season is going to start looking. Things that they need to work on right away, or things that they are doing well right away. You'll see this weekend. So the game tomorrow is at 7 o'clock, 7:07 start at the Ralph Engelstad Arena, and then on Sunday it's in the XL Energy Center at 5 p.m.
Hmm.
I don't know what that one's broadcasted on.
It's on a CCHA TV,
Okay.
which I don't even know how you get that. It's like off of, it's not, you have to go through Midco something, Midco Plus or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
It's
Midco. It's like
whack.
when we played Minnesota State last year. You
Yeah,
had to
it's
go
gonna
through
be
Midco
annoying.
Plus
Hopefully,
two
hopefully
or
it's on
whatever.
hockey. That
Hmm.
would be very ideal because I don't want to have to pay for that.
Yeah,
But
I'm
whatever.
sure we'll find a way to watch it, one way or
Hmm.
another. But um, yeah, so that's happening tomorrow and on Sunday. What are some of the expectations for the St. Thomas series?
I mean, I think it's obvious to say we expect to go out and win. Friday night, Saturday, St. Thomas is a tough team to sweep. They're going to be in the NCHC, so They're very well coached. I just want to see the team play hard at the end of the day.
Hmm.
You don't want to lose, but if you lose, and I don't, I really hate the word moral victory, and that's we're not going for moral victories, but I want the team to be able to get off the ice and be like, hey, you know what, we like they, and that comes down to them winning too, but like they just need to play hard. Like I don't want to see them playing soft. I want to see them be disciplined. I don't want to see penalties being taken,
Hmm.
especially stick infractions. That's gonna if you take stick infraction penalties, you're gonna lose a lot of games. So I want our special teams to be good. And then, yeah, just see them play hard. And I
Yeah.
want that to go up and down the lineup. And the big thing for me, but I'll let you go here in a sec, Dave, is I want to see right away. We know the freshmen are going to struggle during this first half of the year. That happens every year
Hmm.
for as long as we've been alive and as long as college hockey. I want to see our upperclassmen step up right away and play
Hmm.
the game of hockey and play a good role. Okay. Because if UND wants to make the tournament this year, our upperclassmen need to carry the load in the start of the season and then throughout to the end once everyone gets good. We can't have
Hmm.
guys making terrible defensive plays. We are going to need to look to our upperclassmen for scoring. Um,
Hmm.
and that includes sophomores too. Like guys, our upperclassmen need to score and they need to play hard and play D. And it sounds like such a obvious and simple thing to say, but the last few years we have had upperclassmen who have just not done a good job of that. So that's just what I think
Hmm.
happened.
Yeah, I think that's a really good take. I definitely agree with you that UND definitely needs to have more scoring, and then from their upperclassmen, like you said. Um, yeah, to me, I'd like to see them come out hard, win
Yep.
puck battles on both sides of the ice. I'd like to see hitting. I want to see them be physical, and I want to see just all you can hope for is that they skate hard and, work hard
Wear a team down. Yeah.
and just develop. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be beautiful. It's not going to be spotless. It's going to there's going to be, like you said, growing pains, and you can't expect everyone to click right away. But I do think all you can do right now is be hopeful, but I think the expectations are just to play hard,
Hmm.
kind of go back. Just it's all kind of about the whole. I know people don't like always saying culture, but the culture shift of the locker room and what it means to what a true hockey player, a true UND hockey player needs to exemplify, and that's hard work, winning puck battles on both sides of the ice, being hard on pucks, being physical, and that's what I want to see. I want them to be physical. I want them to beat the shit out of you until you can't play anymore. I want them to be
Right.
tired. I want
Hmm.
them to play NCHC hockey. And I think that they're obviously very capable in doing that. They're a team that I think kind of showed it on against Manitoba. They were pretty physical. And I think if we
Yeah.
keep playing a brand of hockey like that, we'll be successful, especially playing a small team like Minnesota next weekend,
Hmm.
who tonight did not look physical at all. And they kind of got bitched around because they weren't being physical. And
Hmm.
BC of all teams was being physical on them, and it helped out for them. So the more physical we can be this weekend and get up to speed of how we need to play this year to be successful, the faster we can do that, the better things are going to turn out. So that's kind of
Right.
where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Like you just said it, everything they need to do. Hard on pucks. They need to wear teams down because we have most of the teams we play every year. We have more depth in. We have better
Got to be
guys.
hard to play against.
Exactly. Yes. But when our top lines in years past with some guys haven't been hard to play against. Like when you're easy to play against, they can throw out any line they want and, yeah, just don't take a penalty. But it's like we have to be hard to play against because if we're not hard to play against, teams can hang in there with us. And
Hmm.
if we're not beating guys into the wall, busting up kneecaps, like
Yeah.
it's like the old Dan Campbell speech. Like you need to be if you want to win, you're gonna go down hard. And like I don't know. They they can't let teams hang around. They got to exhaust teams. They just have to be the hardest working team on the ice.
Yep. Always a good key to success. Outworking your opponent, outplaying them for sure. You have special teams on here. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, power plays are going to be another big thing. They look very good. We're going to have run our two units again. I forgot. I should have wrote them down. But power plays are going to need to be buzzing. Take advantage of that. You don't get a lot of them. Sometimes you do. Actually, I would presume these first few weeks there will be a good amount of power plays just because people are going to be undisciplined. People are going to make mistakes. So we have to convert. And that's something that UND has done a very good job in the past with Carl Gehring leading the charge. And now
Hmm.
he's on the opposite side, which I'll get into a sec here. But now we got Dylan Simpson, who will have to be locked in on that. And then on the other side, penalty kill needs to be good too. Don't take penalties, but your penalty kill has to be solid. With Carl Gehring being on the other side of the bench now, we're about to see how good of a power play. I don't know if he's running the power play for St. Thomas. I would imagine he is, knowing how well he did here at UND.
Gehring, I
We had
think
some
he
great
is. Yeah, he's running
plays.
it there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, we're gonna have to. We're gonna kind of know what to expect, but at the same time, we're not going to. And knowing Carl Gehring, he's going to make it really difficult on us. So hopefully Smaby's got the boys locked in, ready to go because penalty kill is going to be it's going to be a good opportunity for guys to get out there and show what they're worth too. You're going to see a
Hmm.
lot of our freshmen, a lot of our better upperclassmen who might not be on the power plays, but they're going to go out on those penalty kills, and that's where you're going to notice those guys. So yeah, I think they just need to be. It's tough because it's early in the season. You're going to struggle, but I think special teams just needs to be refined to win games. If you want to win big games, you need to have special teams.
Hmm. Completely agree. And I think UND definitely needs to be obviously anytime you want to just try and stay disciplined as you can. Stay out of the box limit, odd man opportunities against yourself. That's a good way to stay successful and keep the scoring opportunities low for the other team.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, anything else you kind of want to talk about before I get into the quick hits and then we wrap this up?
Uh Not much else comes to mind. Yeah, we'll probably more to talk about next week once we
Oh yeah,
get to.
we wanted to just get something done and then to put something out there for those who do look forward to listening to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sorry about the short amount on here, but we're gonna try and make these more frequent, and we just wanted to get something out. But I'll go into my quick hits before we wrap things up here. Um, NHL season started this week for I don't know. Probably quite a few of you that are NHL fans. It started on Tuesday, but I think as of today, all the teams have officially played their first game except for maybe like San Jose or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say every team has played a game now, and it looks to be so, except for Seattle and Vancouver. No, I think that's just they haven't finished their game tonight. But anyway, that is correct. Okay. Um, Jonathan Toews. We didn't talk about it last episode, but he signed with Winnipeg, making his
Mm-hmm.
NHL debut for the first time, like in the last couple of years. Obviously, he played Chicago for, oh, fuck. Um, what would it be, 15 years about?
Yeah, long time.
Um, three Stanley Cups, longtime captain, big part of saving that franchise, a huge part of that dynasty that they had there. Retired because of health issues with an immune disease that he developed from COVID. And now he's back and was able to sign with his hometown Winnipeg Jets and play there. Going to be an exciting season to see him play again. I know I'm going to try and make it up for a game for whoever there, or maybe a couple even to see him play. Still haven't seen him. He was my favorite player growing up. I still haven't seen him play since like the 2007 Frozen Four in St. Louis when I was 5. So trying to get up there, trying to get watching him because you just get a new opportunity. You weren't sure if you're gonna be able to watch him play again, but now you get that opportunity. You got to take it. Um, so he made his season debut tonight. I don't know if he had any points though, or what his specific stats are, but I don't think I saw anything when I looked at it. Ottawa. Played their first game tonight, obviously, the Nodak Sens. Jake Sanderson looking to take another big step this year, starting to solidify his name as a superstar defenseman in the NHL, premier superstar defenseman. He was ranked by NHL.com as the number one player under 23, number one defenseman under 23. Him and Stützle were ranked the number one in the forward and defenseman category. Looking to for him to take another big step. He had a goal and assist tonight. He had two assists tonight. Sorry, no goals. Assist on the first goal for Ottawa and assist to Shane Pinto's goal. Shane Pinto had two goals and an assist, including the game winner. So a great night to start off the season for those guys. I don't know if Tyler Clevin was in the lineup or not. I didn't see him,
I didn't
so
check. Yeah.
I didn't look. But obviously, you look for him to be in this season, which I think especially after the playoffs last year, he was really bodied some people, and that
Hmm.
was really good. And I was hearing a lot of good things about him playing for Ottawa. So he's always fun to watch. I hope that Tyler Cleven's out there. Obviously, there's a handful of other NHLers playing right now. You got Nick Schmaltz, Brock Besser. We can go down the list. We'll do that probably in another episode. But yeah, that's kind of the quick hits I had. I want to say. You got anything else, Lincoln?
Ah, dude, nothing's really coming to mind. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all getting started, so it's exciting.
Hmm.
Hockey is here. We've waited a long time for this, so yeah.
There are some fans putting together a fan bus, I guess, to go to some away trips, and I thought that was pretty interesting. I emailed for more information. Um, it seems pretty cool. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, aren't they just continuing the what's his name?
I don't know if it's wherever I read or the information I had didn't mention him, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Al
Yeah, Al
Pearson.
Pearson.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they did that last year. I don't know if it's run by the same people, but I think they do that for most of the away. I want to say like the Omaha is maybe the farthest they
They
travel,
did
but
do Omaha, but they're not going to this year. I got that in the email. They're doing Duluth, Bemidji, and St. Cloud. I think that's it
okay.
though. They canceled Omaha. I don't remember. I don't know why, but they did.
Hmm.
But anyway, if you're interested in that, check it out. Um, Pretty cool. I might actually do one of them. I think it'd be kind of fun.
That'd
It's
be
actually
fun.
pretty
Yeah.
cheap. Like they include the bus ticket with the hockey ticket, so
Yeah.
they probably seat you all in the same spot, which would be kind of cool being in a UND student or UND section. But anyway, that's probably going to do it for this episode. I think next week we'll obviously review the Minnesota series, and maybe we'll do something fun too with that, just because it's a special week. But always look for more content. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of ND Ice. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to us talk. So we'll see you guys in the next one.